Hey guys, Andrew here with South Appalachian weather. Not my usual perch either. I'm actually on top of Bell Mountain in Towns County, overlooking Lake Chattooga, and Hiawassee's down there, off frame somewhere. But today the temperatures are pushing 90 down in the valley floor below us. The thing is, I just noticed something. The wind on this side of the observation deck is coming definitely from that direction, undeniably. But if I spin around here, so now the camera is facing eastward. If I stand right here, I literally cannot even feel any wind. None at all. And if I step over here, I can feel ever so slightly wind coming from the east. So it was coming from the west over there, but it's coming from the east over here. Here's what that means. I'm literally standing now in the middle of the observation platform. Where I'm standing, the air is going straight up. I'm literally standing on top of, you've heard me talk about it in the briefings before, literally standing on top of what's called an elevated heat source. And the reason why it's called that is, number one, it's elevated, and number two, for storms or for any type of updraft, it is a heat source. But what triggers it is the cool part. Because the thing is, again, spinning back around here, oh yeah, there's Brasstown Bald over there. That's another elevated heat source today for sure. The thing is, the sun coming from the east in the morning catches this ridge first before it catches the valley floor. Which means technically, if I were to stick a thermometer on the rocks here on top of Bell Mountain, it would actually be warmer than the valley is below us on either side. Now, one also interesting thing is this valley over here to the east is starting to cool down. In fact, if you look down there, there's some shadowing. So the wind isn't as strong. Now the wind is shifted to mainly be coming from the west up here. But what that means is we can actually have temperatures be hotter during the summer at higher elevations in our region than it is even in the valleys because of these ridges catching the sun first and having more time to heat up. Now, why that becomes important is because, number one, that's triggering a temperature inversion. In other words, normally the air's supposed to get cooler as you rise in elevation. The thing is, now we have something that's making the temperature go hotter instead of colder with higher elevation. So it's triggering a temperature inversion, one, but it's also creating a hot spot that's drawing in air. And in the case of over here with Lake Chattooga, moist air, warm, moist air being drawn up onto the top of this mountain, which is why this is one of several mountains in our region that usually, when the atmosphere is conducive to it, this is one of the areas that you'll usually see a thunderstorm develop first. Now today, we've got a lot of dry air aloft that's preventing that from happening. There's a lot of other things going on. But this elevated heat source, this basically mountain-induced updraft is still happening. And I literally can feel it right now. Like I said, I literally just stepped right back over here. Even with watching the trees move around me, it's dead calm right here. Perfectly calm, can't feel any air at all because it's merging over my head, coming from this side and going straight up above me. So that's elevated heat sources in a nutshell. But in this case, at least as much as I can here with video, in fact, I'll even pan around. You can see the trees moving, the leaves moving, and then they're not. And then if you watch really closely, it is just a little bit. Basically, I'm trying to do the best I can to document this here on video of what this is like. This is one of the main factors that drives our weather in this region. There's a lot of others, and we're going to get into a lot of others, but this is one of the key factors that makes our weather very, very different compared to middle Georgia, let's say, down to our south, or out in the Piedmont in eastern North Carolina, or even over into the middle of Tennessee, over towards Nashville, because they don't have those mountains. They don't have these elevated heat sources like we have here. And again, just looking around, just look behind me, all these things sticking up in different spots. You've got, let's see here. You've got Boteller Peak up in Clay County right there. You've got Tusquity and Signal Balds over there. I already pointed out behind the camera now, Brasstown Bald. We've got all these mountains that stick up above everywhere else. And all of these drive weather in very unique ways and can even interact with each other. So we'll get into that in future videos, but call this the first of hopefully many installments of the education side of South Appalachian weather, this time on elevated heat sources.